You're listening to Matriarch Alchemy. I'm Amanda. I'm going to take a brief moment to introduce our show topic and special guest today with a small disclosure, trigger warning, that we will be discussing suicide, grief, death, and all those kind of heavy things. So be aware. About 18 years ago, I was getting a pedicure in California, sitting next to an absolute character, and he was getting his nails painted black for a fight. And Mike, the Joker Guymon, and I kicked off friendship. I started following his fighting career online. He's now had a 14-year professional fighting career, going through Bellator, King of the Cage, UFC, and ending with an orbital bone eye injury in a fight and a shoulder injury, which is now leads him to, he was coaching and then now he's running his own security company. So Mike has recently been experiencing Parkinson's type tremors and shakes. Now, if you're new here, Allie's father succumbed to suicide about 3 years ago. He had also experienced a lot of traumatic brain injury from concussions from playing football. He had probably an uncountable number of concussions and was just sent back in by the university to play despite his injuries, which probably led to some long-term damage. And when you're around these athletes, you realize that losing their ability to exercise, and which is often their coping mechanism, it's really difficult. So Mike started looking for an experimental treatment, and he went to Mexico to do Ibogaine. And we didn't get into what that was in our conversation. So I just wanted to really quick let you know about this so you can look up and do your own research. Ibogaine is a plant-based psychoactive drug. Now, it's helpful to veterans as well as athletes. It's showing to show great cognitive improvement for traumatic brain injury. It is showing to reduce the symptoms of PTSD. It's helping people with addiction, depression, anxiety, and it is also being used to treat opioid addiction. Now, this is not something that's legal in the United States right now, so you do have to go to Mexico, Colombia, Peru, South America, or Canada, I think, to have it done. I'm not sure all the locations. But do your research, go online. Stanford has some great articles that you can read and learn about what it is and that they are studying it. And hopefully it will be something that we can get soon for a treatment here. Interestingly enough, Mike is now tremor-free. Now, Mike has one of the funniest, outgoing, outlandish personalities of anyone I've ever known, but I really think you'll enjoy our chat. Take a listen. Welcome back. You're listening to Matriarch Alchemy. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Allie.
And today we have a very special guest on our show, Mike Guymon, the Joker, who is a fighter professionally for 14 years, ending his career for a few fights in the UFC, and then had a terrible injury. And we're glad that you're okay. And has been through some really similar things that some of Allie's father had been through. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that because he has been a good example of somebody who's fighting and powering through. So what do you want to start asking?
So we know you kind of went through like some low times with depression and having some suicidal thoughts. And we're so proud of you for everything, of being like a good example and being able to empower yourself and other people. And ever since, my dad committed suicide, I've been kind of like finding an interest in wanting to help others with that. Hoping that we can give them that it can get better. So what kind of like changes, I guess, Mike, would you say that you've made to kind of, help improve your own mental health or those good social groups that you may need and support?
For me, that's a great question. It never really changes. Life is going to be filled with crazy ups, crazy downs. And when we get hit with all these crazy downs that hit me at a certain time, I didn't have a support system and a good, healthy outlet. Also fought a couple things in myself of like being too, macho, can't ask for help. And that's something that I learned to step away from and then use a system of friends and healthy outlets to vent off that negative energy. And that was what I found was the most important thing to me, because it's always going to be there. You're always going to have work issues, relationship issues. Sometimes it's all going to happen at the same time. That's the hard part. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. So yeah, that was me right there in a nutshell.
That's something I always said, that her dad had the same issue of just trying to be strong all the time and be tough, and just in the environment of having the people around you that actually are a positive, good support system is often not what people have going on around them. And they don't always know until you get out that you're in that kind of toxic environment, or maybe you don't have the support that you need. And I think that's hard.
Do you feel like there was something like you wish somebody had like said to you when you were younger and you had kind of, before going through all that macho man, I can't talk to anybody, like what's something that you wish somebody had been able to tell you or hear?
Another great question. I look back at my childhood and it wasn't filled with a lot of direction of what to do with your, these stresses and how life may hit you upside the head a different way. I wish there was, I wish that I had somebody around that I looked up to outside of, outside of my mom, outside of my dad, to like, hey, this is what it's like. And to see, because for me, it was being a part and being involved and actually seeing how other families treated each other, communicated, what's healthy communication, what's unhealthy communication, and letting me know that, hey, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to get help. Like if I could have got that message, I think it would have helped me a lot, down the road. Yeah. Would I still have these issues? Yeah, everything's possible. But would I had more tools to deal with the issues? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's really valid. I definitely grew up with that same kind of situation where in my family environment, a lot of my parents were very religious, and it was more like, just pray about it. So there wasn't a whole lot of like skill building. Like they didn't give you tools, and I think people just need to be better at giving actual tools to their children.
Can I pause for a second?
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at right now is
looking at our little heads. Come get in here like this.
No, I see half you, half your alley.
Okay, wait.
And it's just like, wow. But no, it's so good. No, I like it.
Now, we do have a lot of fun with Mike, so you're going to notice a lot of editing and us getting derailed from the conversation, but try to keep up.
And when I wasn't able to do that, and I have all the stresses I have with my workload and different dynamics to my life, the relationship going south, business crazy, not able to function like I was before and get away my negative, have that outlet, I was done. I was like, stick a fork in me. I don't want to live like this anymore. It's just going to get worse downhill from here.
Right.
So.
That's stressful. I'm sorry you're going through that.
Yeah, it's all right. I know I'm not going through that anymore. I still have the stresses of.
Where were you?
Go ahead. The first trip was Cancun, and I went to a place called Beyond for the Ibogaine. Did the Ibogaine therapies there. Completely took away everything. Didn't have any more issues after that. Then the next one was when I came home, it was the relationship went south, I guess because I was healthy again. And then
Weird how that happens too.
yeah,
Aw.
that really took a lot out of me. Yeah.
Well, you've never done well with losing love. He's got a bleeding heart.
I know. Mike just loves everybody.
Yes.
Everybody loves you. Well, we love your support on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube Music, and wherever you watch us. You may want to check this out on YouTube video because we did upload some photos of Mike and of my kids when they were little training with him, cropped into the video.
Yeah, so I'll be at the space program here, which will be really cool to hear about, but I'm excited.
That's cool. I'm so excited for you.
So yeah, anytime if you want to come out in the next month, I'm sure we can make something work if you want to come visit.
I got a guest room if you don't want a hotel.
Whatever.
David's really nice. You can play, and I have a big dog. So I mean, she'll sleep with you.
Oh my gosh.
She'll sleep
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh.
Doberman mix.
She's 100 pounds.
Only thing that'll sleep with me is a big dog. Thank you. Life's
No.
I'm just saying you won't be alone.
Some people play hard to get. I play hard to want.
Oh my gosh.
Hard to want. Stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here. I'll ask you a question.
Well,
okay.
I actually had something I wanted to bring up from our last, what we were already talking about.
Okay.
Was there's a trend that I feel like I see for especially like men, and I'm still seeing it now, where when they're in those like professional sports, like football, from what I know with my dad, or talking to you about like UFC or even military men, is it's always like, I could go talk to the other dudes, but also it's kind of like, you know, frowned upon a little bit to actually talk about like those feelings. So I don't know, I just kind of wanted to like maybe touch on that a little, because it was kind of, I don't know if there's anything that like we can actively do to help change that, especially, but it just seems like a very
like acceptance thing. You mean?
Yeah, I guess acceptance from maybe other men for feelings.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, like right now, I'm involved with Athletes Journey Home. I've been helping them out. That's who got me sponsored to get the treatment out of the country. And actually, I'm leaving again. I'm leaving to Colombia here the end of September, right after my birthday. I'll be going for 10 days out there for treatment. But we got a fighters group for, you know, the fighters. At whatever organization, UFC, obviously everybody knows about the UFC, but there's other fighters, Bellator, stuff like that. But getting the word out and working with them, helping them with their issues, and we talk about everything. This is going to sound really weird, but we're sitting there crying together, you know, at certain times.
It's not weird.
Oh God, I'll tell you what.
Well, see, that's the problem. Everybody thinks it's weird, but it's not weird. Like, if you're going through stuff, you need to have an outlet or someone that it's okay. Because this is why men keep killing themselves. Like, I mean, it's like last year we lost a friend of mine's son. He was 30 years old. 3 months ago, one of my classmates lost her 12-year-old son. Like, suicide is insane. Like, I just can't believe, and it's so many men feel so alone.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do we change that conversation of that? Like, you're not alone. Like, I mean, I always feel like, man, anybody could reach out to me. If you called me and you had no one to talk to, you could call Allie and I. We would like absolutely talk you out of a tree. Like, we would do it, you know? Even if we hadn't talked to you for 10 years, we still would do it.
This is hard. This is hard, this part right here for me, because that's what I do feel. I really do feel very alone. I just started in the last like month really opening up and seeking, you know, friends are really checking on me a lot lately. Everybody's like calling and making sure I'm staying active and doing things, but it's hard because I go home and I'm supposed to be this successful guy. I made the transition from fighting professionally into the business world. And it's like I have some nice things. I live in a nice place. And but then I just, at the end of the night, I'm by myself. And, you know, I feel like a loser. So that's hard. That's hard.
I think there's a lot of men going through that. They don't feel like they're in a relationship that's giving them whatever they think is fulfillment, or feel what a successful life feels like.
And I don't think it has to be just like a romantic relationship, though. I feel, from what it sounds
I just like having someone around. Yeah, having someone there nice just to like talk to. Like a breathing,
social.
You know, I've got all these blow up dolls on my bed, you know, and
they don't talk back.
I ride a mechanical bull by myself with a Stetson hat in the mirror looking, and I'm like, whoa. Just kidding.
Sure.
I'm not wearing a hat. I'm not wearing a hat.
I didn't wear
a hat. No. Oh my gosh. Well, you're still the same.
Some things never change. No, but I am joking. But you know, that is a hard part, is the alone part. I'm working on that for sure, trying to get better at that understanding of like, hey, being alone isn't so bad. So I'm just working on that. That's probably the hardest thing I've got to deal with right now, for sure.
Yeah. You got to learn to love yourself. Like, I know when I went through my divorce, I went through a time where I had
myself.
I had to refocus, you know, my energy. And also, when you're a mom for all these years and now they're moving out, it's like I have to ask myself, like, what do I want? What am I going to do for myself? And like, it's a really hard but really pivotal and important time for us to go through, to like be happy on our own without other people filling like those needs. But then you're also then a really great partner if you meet someone else, because you've found yourself first, you know, and then you have, I don't know, an easier time.
I get it though, because I feel like that's like one of the biggest struggles, like I think anybody has, is with being alone with their own selves, and their own thoughts. Because we all do tend to kind of, you know, if we have a lot of issues going on or a lot of stressors, it does kind of lead you down a lot of rabbit holes when you're by yourself.
And the voices.
The voices. They never stop.
One thing I think what's also kind of troubling is like social media in a way, because we look at what other people have, and a lot of people are just posting the good stuff and the you know, the feel good and the look good, and
the highlight
you're
reel.
like, and people think that's what the life is always like, and they're looking at their life going, well, I had a bad day, I'm not there, I'm not doing this, they look like this, and it's just like it snowballs, you know. So I don't know.
I get it. I definitely would agree. I think for at least my generation, where we're all been on social media since we were but under the age of 15. No, like my generation, I feel like we've all.
I've never seen Amanda on social media.
Never. No, but like my generation has been exposed to social media since we were in middle school. So that adding, you know, being young and dumb and kids are mean, like, and then add the social media, it never ends. And now you still have that like comparison of, oh, well, so-and-so just went on their 8th trip this year. What am I doing wrong? And, you know.
This becomes like keeping up with the Joneses sometimes. But a lot of times it's just the grass isn't greener. It's just fertilized with you know what.
Yeah. Shit's a little bit different.
I know a lot of people that it looks really great on their Facebook, but I know what their real life is like, and I wouldn't want to trade places with them at all, you know? So, I mean, it's not all real, that's for sure. But that doesn't take away any of the hurt if you're feeling alone.
Right.
What's something that, like, being more preventative of, like, when you were suicidal that first time, or I don't even know if it's the first time, but the one that I think a lot of us know about is a pretty big, I don't know, do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I'm a totally open book. So the first one was, it was my ex-wife. I love her to death. We're great friends. We're really good friends. We're so much better as friends than, you know, that type of relationship, husband-wife.
Yeah.
We were living in separate areas of the house. She was on one end, I was on the other end, fighting, you know, trying to pay the bills and relationship, and the sleepless nights and the insomnia I had, you know, not sleeping as many days as I did in a row, and all the Ambien I had to like take just to come close to getting into a sleep cycle. You know, it was, it just, after a while, it just took a toll, and I was getting ready for a title fight. You name it, it was stacked on top of my head. I felt like it was carrying the weight of the world. Teaching my classes at my gym I owned. I was just, I was done. Yeah. I remember that night, I didn't sleep. I didn't have to wake up. I just was over it. And I remember getting my 45. I put one round in my 45. I threw it on the bed, and I wedged something under the door to write a note to Nicole and family, just to say, hey, I'm sorry. And I'm sobbing when I'm writing this note. I'm sobbing. I'm not crying. I'm sobbing. Like, she never heard me ever cry like that. And comes from the other end of the, you know, knocking on the door. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, you know, go away. She actually, smart girl, she pushed the wedge out from under the door with her hands, crawling on her knees to get there and push it out, and pops around the door and looks at me, and I'm like, oh, it's nothing. I'm writing this note. I'm getting out of here. I got to go teach class. And she's like, knows something's wrong. She turns around, goes to down the hall to go get her phone and make a call. And I grabbed the 45. She didn't see it on the bed, and I put it in the back of my pants. And I'm going down the stairs, and I'm walking out the door to get to my FJ Cruiser and drive. And I just wanted to finish this note and pop myself. I was walking to the FJ, and she comes up behind me, grabs the gun, chucks it over the fence, and the neighbors, and I grabbed her by her arms, and I said, hey, please don't try and stop me. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna find a cop, and we're gonna do this. I'm very sorry. I walked to my car, got in it, and I went over. I finally found some place I could write this note, and I hopped in the car, and I'm like, all right, let's go find a cop. I was gonna go choke one out and just use his gun and pop myself, and I couldn't find anything. What she had done is, since I was really good friends with all my friends in law enforcement, she knew she had Jim Armamino's number, who was right under the top of the sheriff's department. Calls up Jim Armamino and says, hey, Mike's trying to kill himself. He's going to find one of you guys, and he's going to do this. He just left the house. I threw his gun from him, blah, 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 blah. He gets on a thing called the Red Channel and says hey, this guy name's Mike Guymon, Mike Joe Guymon. A lot of you guys are friends with him. This is what he's trying to do, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's what was going on behind the scenes. I'm trying to find a cop, and I can't find anybody. I'm like, I feel like a freaking loser. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go back home. There'll be somebody there. And sure enough, I'm going right down the street and a cop's pulling out of where I live. And I get behind the cop and I hit him in the back, I tap him with my truck. And I'm like, over, let's go do this, you know? And I signaled to turn in, and then he signaled and went to go turn in. I turned in and he just kept going straight. I was like, I can't even do this. I pulled over at the gas station there along the thing and just put my head in my hands, sobbing, crying my eyes out. My phone's ringing off the hook. And then sure enough, you know, I hear a helicopter and it's like nonstop, like a couple minutes after that, it's just nonstop law enforcement cars from all different cities, Newport Beach PD, Irvine PD, sheriff's cars, just taping off everything, wedging me in so I couldn't move anywhere with my car. They got out and no one's around and they're all just blowing bullhorns saying, hey, Joker, come on, everybody has a bad day. Get out of the car, you know, let's, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then Jim's calling through and I answered the phone. I'm like, hey, what's up, Jim? And he's like, where are you at? And I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm like, your guys are all around me. And he goes, ask him where you're at. So I roll down the window and I'm like, hey, where am I at? And they're like, get off the phone. Everybody has a bad day. I'm like, I'm on the phone with Jim. Where am I at? And they're like, our Jim? And so he said, you're at the corner of X and X. And I said, I'm at the corner of X and X. And he's like, stay in your vehicle. I'm on my way to get you. 25, 30 minutes later, come by. Black SUV, you know, unmarked, you know, blaring up, comes walking up, and he goes right over to Nicole, my ex-wife, and some of my cornermen, Tim McKenzie, those guys are all there, and he says this thing to them, and he goes walking right through the police line, and they're yelling at him like, Jim, step back, don't interfere. And he's like, nope, 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 that's my friend. I'm going in there, and I'm going to get him. He's not going to hurt anybody. And he walks right up to my door, and he's like, come on, get out, Mike. And I got out, and I was just sobbing. I gave him a big hug, and he goes, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. You're my friend. I love you.
Sounds like you have a lot of support around, which is like, you know, for me, that feels so nice that you had so many people who cared about you.
All the officers there brought it in tight, a really tight circle around me. And it's like I mean, I'm surrounded by all my boys, all from all different companies. And they're trying to shield me from people taking pictures and stuff. And each one of them, like one by one, each one chimed off, hey, we hung out here, you taught my son, or you did this. I remember when, and each one chimed off of something I did, or we hung out or had fun, something somehow. And oh my God, to hear all of them chime through, and I was freaking a mess. And he goes, hey, I have to do this. I have to put cuffs on you. And I'm like, whatever you need to do, man. You put the cuffs on. And the one guy who transported me, he didn't know me from anything. I didn't know him. And I remember sitting in the vehicle, and he just kept looking out in the rearview mirror, seeing me just sobbing. And he just said, he goes, hey, man, I don't know you from nothing, but I know all those guys back there, and those are some special guys. And for them to say what they said about you, you have to be a good person. He goes, just hang tight. It'll all be all right. And then we get there, and I'll never forget this. Like, he turns his radio off, he takes his thing. He literally uncuffs me, and we're just standing outside the evaluation center. It's like this hospital. I wasn't going to jail. He sent me to this hospital to get evaluated by psych. And he goes, man, I moved here to give my son a better shot at wrestling. He wants to do this, he wants to do that. I'm on my third marriage. My son hates me. I did this, I did that. And he goes, there's not a night that goes by I don't think about eating the end of my my handgun. And he goes, go in there, man. You're gonna get some help, and we'll all be there for you. You got my name. He goes, you need anything, you call me. I'll drop everything. And it's like, yeah, that's how it went down for me on that. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question just on the end of that. When you talk about when you feel alone, feel alone now, like any time I've ever been with you, like hung out with you, and I've been out in Orange County or anything we see going on with your life, like you are just surrounded, like you have so many friends, like you have so much love and support and friendship for you. And I hope that you can like call on those moments and like remember that when you do feel alone. But I mean, what do you think? Like, do you struggle to like remember that?
Yes and no. It's a great question. This is what gets me sometimes is like I know I have some amazing people I could call in on, and they'll drop everything. They literally would drop everything. I know they would. I know that.
Yeah.
I know individuals. It's just I don't want to bother people. I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to. Everybody's got their own struggles, and I feel like there's just so much out there. And if I were to blink away, if I didn't call, like, it's okay, you know. That's something I definitely need to work on. I'm not perfect. I struggle with everything. So yeah.
I just wish men sometimes would like realize that sometimes we're just telling ourselves a story. Our light keeps going off in this room. We're in a conference room. It's like motion activated. We're like,
I'm over here like one-handing it every 5 minutes.
I know. So I just sometimes feel like men are telling themselves a story, mentally of what life is or what life should be. But it's not always what it is.
That's what we're
not even like they're in from like a mental health standpoint. Like we all have to focus on the story we're telling ourselves, and just trying to get back into that place to remember that we do have people. I mean, I know there are some people that actually feel like they have no one. I know that's super hard.
I mean, I can understand like feeling like, yeah, I know I'm surrounded by a room full of people anytime I could call somebody, but you still feel like an inconvenience to everybody else. I mean, I've definitely felt that. But at the same time, like I've had to turn it around of how much like of an inconvenience would it be for everyone else if they were, so sad that I was gone and they hold themselves responsible.
Yeah.
Or, my dad being gone, I've watched all of his friends feel even more responsible than if he had just said something to them. So I don't know, the mental like turmoil of, feeling surrounded, don't want to inconvenience others, but at the same time, maybe you are more inconveniencing others by doing whatever, my dad did.
Yeah.
Now everyone else feels more responsible for the situation at hand.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird double-edged sword, especially.
Well, and the fallout from that is like a big thing, which I think we could even talk off camera sometime about, like, of what that's like, which might help you just from a introspective point, like to think about is like, it's really hard on the people that are, like left behind that loved you.
And it's always people that you don't even know or you might have never thought about too, which is kind of
I mean the ripple is huge, and it's interesting. But I know we feel like we don't matter to anybody in that moment, right? But you do. You matter to us.
I don't know are you comfortable talking about your parents? I don't know.
I think that's an interesting like lifetime. Like, so my parents are in their 80s and having a lot of health problems, and I think, your parents
Yeah.
are, now both gone. And I just wonder,
Yeah.
how does that feel like affect you once you don't have any, did you have a brother, sibling?
I have 2 brothers, 1 sister. The sister, I won't talk to her. We'll probably never ever talk in our lifetimes. I
I
have
one
2
of those.
brothers. Yeah, I have 2 brothers that are older. They're,
I remember.
Yeah.
When you lose your parents, does that affect like feeling more alone? Like I have a friend who says she feels really orphaned
Yes.
when her parents passed away, even though they were elderly and you're prepared. She said it's a really weird feeling that they're just gone.
Yeah.
Like, how is that affected
That
you?
is such a great question. Wow. So for me, I dealt with it a little differently. Well, I didn't. My parents, it's just one day you get a call, and my call was a little different. Was, hey, you got to get over here. Your dad's not gonna, not gonna make it past the week. You got to get over here if you want to say goodbye. And so when I drove through the night, I was living by myself. I had just separated from my ex-wife. She's got the Great Danes. She still has them. They're still alive.
And your dad was in Colorado, right?
Yeah, he was in Montrose, Colorado. Yeah, Montrose, Colorado. He had lung cancer going over 70% of his lungs. And I called Nicole. I said, hey, I need to head out. My dad's dying. I forgot how it came about, but she was like, calls back like an hour, like less than a half hour later, and says, hey, I'm going too. And she pulls up in the van and let's go. And so I drove through the night, got there, got him out of the hospital, put him through hospice, and watched him take his last breath. That's crushing. I laid in bed with him. I crawled in bed with him, watching him take his last breath. And at one point in time, because your body's, it's not like in the movies where you just, and it's like last breath. No, like your body wants to start again, and it starts breathing in after it stops. And like it happens over and over, like a car engine, like restarting, And I'm like, Dad, just go. It's all right. You've done all your work. It's okay. You could stop. And, so watch him. I couldn't leave his side. I'll never forget, like, them putting him in, transferring him from the hospital bed in the room to the hospital bed that they're transporting him into the hearse that was picking him up. And I walked beside them walking him, rolling him into the hearse, helping push the casket, or not the casket, him into the hearse. Yeah, into the hearse, them closing the door, or me closing the door, and then standing there and then watching it drive off down the street, and I couldn't follow my dad. Freaking crushed me. I stood there at least a half hour, just sobbing. Then made it home. 8 weeks later, I get the call, Mom. I fly out and put her through her hospice. She's got dementia, and watched her take her last breath, 8 weeks later. And the feeling of, you were saying about being alone, that's why I feel just so alone. I don't have any connection, and I feel like they were my connection, and I don't have a significant other. I don't have a, so it's, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's very tough. It changes things. At least it did for me. I don't know how it is for other people. It's just, I was close with my mom and my dad. I love them so much. And at my home office, right next to me, right to the left, I've got a picture of my mom and my dad on different sides, and they've got their urn. I got an urn with each one of their, part of their remains there. And so that's them right next to me. And every now and then I just wish I could talk to my mom, talk to my dad. My dad was sharp as a tack. They both, just, that's life.
Yeah.
The hard part.
Yeah.
Do you need a minute?
I'm good. No, I feel
It's like,
that.
You too, I swear. Oh, you too,
I was like, you can't be driving because we're probably all gonna cry.
Wait,
A lot
Allie,
of,
you're not crying, are you? Oh, I love you, Allie. I love you,
didn't bring any
girl.
Kleenex. I brought everything but Kleenex to this room.
I love, Allie and Blake. I love those two.
They miss you.
Yeah, no, I miss you
Come visit.
guys. I think about, I look at pictures and I go back in that stuff, and it's, I think about stuff for sure.
Well, I saw you crash your bruise. I was like, oh my gosh, dude.
Bruise?
Not okay. It's like a giant red. Oh, and then that one too.
You broke their
scar.
collarbone.
You were all red.
This is all metal. This whole side is metal now.
Do you set off
I
all
swear
the
to
metal detectors now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. 100%. I have to get frisked every time. They frisk me every time.
Do you have metal around your eye too?
Left
From your
side's
orbital bone?
titanium. Yeah.
You're
Plate.
like a Terminator now.
Basically.
Plate. The bottom of the eye socket took out, and it's a titanium mesh under my eye. Yeah, I've got so much metal in my body. God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Parkinson's thing at all? I don't know if he wants to. We saw that post and we were like, what?
Yeah.
But then I saw your treatment thing and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. No, I just.
Were you?
No, I felt it where it was like,
She was with you.
Just wish you could talk to him.
That's what she says sometimes. She just wants to be able to talk to her dad again, and
Yeah.
he was in such a bad place like the last year that nobody really wanted to talk to him because it was really, he wasn't doing what he needed to do. And like, we were really confused. Like the alcoholism was really out of control and
yeah,
it was really frustrating, but he wasn't, making a full effort to even take care of himself. So
yeah,
that was hard.
I think just losing like the one person or really the only people that you feel like truly understand you as a person.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest, and not having them to talk to, that's hard.
Your parents are hopefully usually your unconditional love person, like they love you even though you do dumb things.
Yeah, I think it's different because I do feel like my dad and I like understood each other on a very different level than I even think you ever will understand me in like the same way, because we thought a lot of the same ways, and so it's just hard like not having that, and especially with those big things that I've had, like all the exciting things that I want that I just wish I could like call my dad and I can't.
Yeah, it's the first thing that comes to your mind. It's the first thing that comes to my mind when something big happens. It's like the first thing I want to do is I want to, hey, Dad, I signed my company. I literally signed it on my dad's deathbed. I was sitting with him and I was just, it came through this big contract and everything started from that point on. But it happened sitting on my dad's deathbed. I was talking with my dad, the call came through. I'm like, hey, Dad, this is what I was talking about, like what you're helping me with. And he's like, go, son, take care of it. Take care of it. And I'm on the phone out front, pacing back and forth in front of the yard. Never forget that. Never forget that. So I get you, Allie. I'm sorry.
I think the best thing that like I didn't really think about until recently though was like when I feel bad or I want to go tell him about something, I tell myself, okay, I'm going to go take care of my dad's daughter. And I'm going to go do things that make me feel good or happy because I know that that's all he would want. So when I do feel kind of down, that's what I've been trying to do.
Allie, I absolutely love you. And it is unconditional. No, I'm serious. I unconditionally
you have a handful
love
of dads
you.
now.
If you ever have a time in your life that you get stuck in a decision and you just want a complete outside hand at dealing with that and not having to worry about judgment, I'll help you through anything, girl. I swear to you, I would do that. Like, I seriously love you. You're such a good woman. Your
This
mom,
is my first ever boyfriend right now.
Such a good kid.
Mike's my first ever boyfriend.
She was just telling somebody about that the other day.
I was.
Oh, she was like 9, and we'd walk into your gym, and everybody was like, you're like, this is my girlfriend, and everyone's like, oh, ew. Like, what, Mike? Mike, that's not funny.
No.
I was laughing because I knew, obviously, there was nothing weird. Just like, he likes to have off-the-wall jokes. I was just telling them the other day about, I met you once for lunch at like a mall, and we were walking through a department store, and you said to the sales lady, she's stealing. I was like, shut up.
Keep your eyes on her. She's shifty.
That one, she's stealing. I was like, yeah, that's the epitome of Mike's humor.
That's the Joker. I was trying to explain you to my fiance because I was like, oh yeah, like we know Mike Guymon. He used to be in like UFC wrestling and
not wrestling.
Well, he did wrestling. And, okay. Anyways, he did a lot of jujitsu and all of that kind of stuff. I was trying to explain you to him, and I was like,
he's like, what?
You just need to meet him. I can't. You're undescribable on paper because
he's a different cat.
You really are.
For sure. It's an unconditional thing. It's like I just want the best for you guys. I really do. I want the best for you, Amanda. I want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You're an amazing woman. Allie, you're just such a great. You're a chip off the old little block over here, but I want you guys to have the best life ever. You guys deserve happiness and have been through a lot, I know. And
Yeah, been through a lot. Thank you so much. We're so proud of you. I was thinking, I can't remember what year it was when we met, when getting a pedicure.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I want to say it was like 18
was it a pedicure?
Ago? Yeah.
Was
you were
it
getting
the
the
pedicure?
mani-pedi next to me. Yeah, in at Fashion Island. And that's how we met.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that was like 18 years ago.
That was a long time ago. Damn.
I was like,
back
oh
when
my
I
gosh.
I look like a Shar-Pei now. I got so many wrinkles.
I doubt it. But we've all aged.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like, who is this character getting his nails painted black? I'm like, hello. You know me. I'm
like
a little too outgoing.
Black like my cold dead heart. Yeah.
I think it's the opposite of that, though. You don't have a cold dead heart.
You do not.
You feel everything very deeply. You know? But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I would say, I'm glad that you've been thriving, even though it's up and down like all of life, for another 18 years. It could have ended much more horribly. I think I met you right after your first suicide attempt, and we were talking about it. And I mean, I just think of everything you accomplished after that. It was still really amazing. So
it's
I hope that you can remember that.
The last year, you wouldn't believe my life. You wouldn't believe it. Filming a documentary in Colombia, part of it. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Was the documentary about the Parkinson's and the treatment?
That and just other stuff that's gone on. I'm super thankful, and I just never thought I'd be in the position I'm at. It's so cool. So I'm happy about it.
You gotta have the sound bite in there. Thank you, Mike. We so appreciate you meeting with us, discussing everything you're going through. We truly wish you all the best success in everything.
In a room full of people, do you feel alone? Do you feel like a burden if you speak up about your problems? Culturally, men have been conditioned and taught to not speak about their problems, to swallow their emotions until it builds and bubbles up into an explosion from something minor. Those feelings and worries aren't real. Women care about losing our men. Your friends and family don't want to lose you. If you feel lost, if you struggle with purpose, if you went through hell and no one knows, if you suffered abuse by the hands of men that should have been protectors or should have stood beside you, you are not alone. We want you guys to be able to find each other and offer support. So we will be posting a picture on our Instagram page of Mike, and beneath it, we'll be creating a gathering space. There is help, and if you have suicidal thoughts, please text or call 988.
Thank you guys for listening. This is Matriarch Alchemy.